Every system of medicine believes it's complete, and honestly, the confidence is beautiful. But today, we ask a gentle but honest question. Are Vaidyas afraid of integration, or they're just careful about it? Is integration fear of insecurity, scientific ego, or fear of losing one's identity? Let's talk without fighting, without comparing superiority, and definitely without prescription pads. Namaskar and welcome to Vaidya Vartalap, where opinions are served hot. And here we are talking about this sensitive but important topic on integration of Ayush wellness systems and medicine systems. So we have our guests, Miss Dr. Vilekha, we have Sir, and we have Ma'am as well. And all three of us share the same system of medicine we are practicing in, and that is Ayurveda. Every system of medicine has its own pros and cons, and the confidence is beautiful that I can do the best and I have all the authority to treat my patients. Let's just start with a icebreaker rapid fire round wherein I am going to be asking my guest a very quick question. And the first question is, homeopathy, yoga, and naturopathy. Collaboration makes you feel curious, cautious, or comfortable?
Comfortable.
Comfortable. Sir?
Yeah, it's comfortable for
Comfortable. Ma'am?
Curious.
Curious. Very nice. See, we're on the same page. Are we starting sahi? So it's nice to hear it. The second goes like, integration word feels like opportunity, overhyped, or confusion?
Confusion.
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 Confusion. Okay, ma'am.
Opportunity.
Opportunity. Very nice. Very nice. So, ma'am is very curious to expand the medicine system as well. And apart from it, your system of medicine in one word. Very proud answers are encouraged. What about homeopathy, ma'am?
Complete cure.
Complete cure. Very nice. Sir?
Holistic and patient-centric.
Patient-centric and holistic. Ma'am?
Treatment from the root.
Treatment for the root. Very nice. See, we are already in a harmony wherein patient care comes in first. So yeah, coming on to the second round wherein the topic is going to be integrity and insecurity versus scientific ego. So, my first question would be from Dr. Vilekha. So, is resistance to integration coming from insecurity, and what if my system is questioned? Like we are thinking, ki, what if my system is questioned? Is it coming from a scientific ego that we have done something which anyone can't do, or is it coming from a part of confidence?
Actually, we can say it is coming from both.
Okay.
Yeah. So from scientific ego, there is ego from in all the pathies that why should we use the other pathies if my pathy is doing so well. But we have to accept, on the other hand, if there are some limitations in our pathy also.
Definitely.
So in that case of limitation, we should go to other pathy. We should use it.
Very nice. And coming into the second question from Sir, do all pathies suffer from ego, or is it just a human disease or universal human mentality?
I say it's a human instinct
Okay.
to make it safe. Like it shouldn't dilute with some other pathy or something else. If they are like overwhelming our pathy or our frameworks or our fundamentals, that's the insecurity which make us like to save it. So that's why what I want to say.
Very true, very true. And coming on to ma'am. Ma'am, I really was saving this question for you only. How do we differentiate healthy pride in one system from rigid defensiveness?
Actually, for this, I have one line because we work on the root and we work according to the principles. As the principle of Ayurveda is ki balancing everything. So that's why we can say ki once we balance the things and treat from the root cause, everything comes back into its natural way. So a system, it start working in its natural form. So that's why we can say ki when we start working from the root, so the results are wonderful. So according to that, we can say ki yes, we are like working from the root and giving the 100% results and the benefits, of course.
So we have this healthy pride, definitely. Okay. So coming on to the third part of this podcast, let's see where, because I am an Ayurvedic physician myself, so I'll go with the Ayurvedic point of view and ask कि Ayurveda plus other alternative medicines or systems of medicines, are they threat or are they tool?
आई से कि जितने भी हमारे आयुष सिस्टम्स हैं, वेदर आयुर्वेद, यूनानी, होम्योपैथी, नेचुरोपैथी, सिद्धा, सोवारिप्पा, वट एवर यू से, ये सभी नथिंग बट ये एक ही हैं क्योंकि इनके रूट सेम हैं और उसकी वजह से दीज आर नॉट द थ्रेट्स टू ईच अदर, बट इनको हम टूल्स की तरह बेटर वे में, बेटर रिसोर्सेज की अवेलेबिलिटी के अकॉर्डिंग हम पब्लिक हेल्थ के लिए यूज कर सकते हैं। और जहाँ जो अवेलेबल है, जहाँ जिसकी ज़रूरत है वो यूज हो सकता है, इसके बावजूद कि वो नाम अलग अलग रखे गए हैं, पैथी सेम ही है।
Definitely. So we have removed modern versus traditional hatake. We are going just with the Ayush system of
Ayush.
medicine.
Yeah.
Right. Very nice. So coming on to ma'am again. Can Ayurveda safely collaborate with homeopathy? To be very specific, because you have the authority to talk about homeopathy. So I'll ask you this question. Is Ayurveda is safe to collaborate with homeopathy?
Actually, they both are same as what the sir said, ki they both work on the roots. In homeopathy, we treat our patient as a whole. And in Ayurveda also, we consider the patient as a whole. So we are working on the same principle. But the only difference is that of our medicines. Okay. So I think we are having complete medicines.
So we
In
do
that
work.
case, in case of medicines, we can't collaborate. I think so. Because we are having our sufficient medicines, and Ayurveda is also having its sufficient forms of medicines. So why to if we are taking homeopathic medicine or we are taking Ayurvedic medicine, then we don't need to go to for the same for different doctors.
Actually, one point I just want to add, because sometimes when we are treating the patients and they completely want to get cure from all these natural things, so sometimes they said ki we are already taking the homeopathic medicine, so we just give them the permission. Yes, you can continue both together, because they are going to just heal your body from inside.
It is all about harm.
All they are going in the same direction.
Correct.
So my question is integration about mixing treatments or aligning philosophies?
Mixing treatments or aligning the philosophies. Let me tell you, I believe any other pathies, alternative pathies other than Ayush systems, their treatments, their protocols cannot be mixed with Ayush pathies, because their standard protocols and our methodologies, our standards are very different. So it's kind of like you say, they are working on a targeted biomechanics. We are working on a whole body system, whole body as a one system. So our fundamentals are like Akash and Patal, you say. So there is no possibility of mixing the treatments. But whereas there should be a proper demarcation, with the proper demarcation we can set some philosophical conceptualize some fundamentals or interdisciplinary system which can help in this integration, I believe.
Definitely. Thank you for the answer, sir. This was a very balanced answer, to be very honest. And coming on to ma'am, where should boundaries remain clearly defined during integration? Where I am asking about the respect line, which is very important.
Actually, yes. In this case, I can say that sometimes we are also like stuck. Ki either we are going to fully treat this patient or we need to add some other therapies or some other medication in this. Sometimes with the age, because my field is the gynecology, especially the fertility related issues. So sometimes when a couple approaches me at the age of around the 40s, so at that time their fertility age is also declining and the quality is also declining. So at that point, हमें लगता है कि yes, along with our treatment, they should definitely approach for some artificial techniques also. In that case, definitely we can align.
Integration should never mean imitation for any system, to be very honest, right?
No, no.
Coming on to the fourth round of this podcast, we are leading to the question ki integration, wherein integration has really worked. Where we're going to talk about in this session ki where the integration part has really worked for all the systems of medicines. And no theories, just real life opinions and thoughts. So my first question would be, please share one real example where integration improved a patient's outcome.
Actually, I can say in pregnancy, one patient was having the breech presentation.
Okay.
Okay, and it was the 9th month. Doctor has advised her for cesarean section. But when she came to me, I has prescribed her some homeopathic medicine, and the miracle was the presentation has come to normal. So in that case, the integration has worked, I think.
Definitely, it did work.
So also in case some patients came with autoimmune diseases or some diseases which are not curable, in that case they are taking steroids or some other medicines which are creating side effects. So in that case they came and take other forms of medicines like Ayurveda or homeopathy or naturopathy to cure such type of side effects. In that case integration helps.
Definitely, it did work. So my question from sir would be, which conditions respond best to integrative care, lifestyle disorders, chronic pain, mental health, or rehabilitation?
All of them.
Okay. Very interesting.
Let me tell you about this integration thing, what I think about. The integration can go in two ways. First of all, Ayushpathy should be in the center, and other alternative systems, their their machinery, their equipments, their technology, or whatever advancements they have, we are incorporating with Ayushpathies. One is this. Other framework is the other systems, they are in the core, and Ayushpathies are like helping like in rehabilitation and other non-communicable diseases and lifestyle disorders and all. Like for diet, for Dincharya, for Ritucharya, we are advising them adjunct therapies, not the core therapy. So here are the two things. Say, and what you are asking in that, Ayurveda should be in the center, or Ayushpathy should be in the center, and those therapies or those alternative systems should be alternative system. You understand, you are getting my point. Alternative system other than Ayushpathy.
Definitely, I get it.
Yeah, they should be around the Ayushpathies, so that Ayush should be in the core. And those therapies or alternative systems are strengthening our systems, not making them on sides, not making them like you say, it's like good act. We shouldn't be working as paramedics because we have the strength. Where we are lacking in emergency, trauma, life-saving conditions, and surgery only. Other all things we can manage ourselves.
Okay.
That's
Very
all.
nice. So I get it. We are on the page of getting involved in wellness and illness as well. So this is our main power, to be in the center and be in the spotlight and treat them all. And when we need the complementary medicine, as you said, we can have it as a part of integration, right?
You were asking her few examples. Let me tell you. during COVID, I treated around 7 patients, critical cases. Critical I mean they were in ICU. And doctors have told, like, you can take them home. Nothing we can do, like that. So, among 7, I was able to cure within 10 days. Maximum within 10 days, I was able to cure purely with Ayurvedic medicines. So those out of 7, 6 patients I cured
Okay.
with Ayurveda.
Exactly. I have also
And what I took the help, I asked the hospital, I tried a system, hospital complementary systems, that you give me the room for the treatment, you give me oxygen supply, your monitors for monitoring the patient condition. That's all what I need. And they gave it, they helped us, just because they were not able to do anything else. And the patients, like, they were within 1 week, they were walking to their home. Another case, like in like non-healing wounds, there was a patient, diabetic foot patient, and he was cured. He again got infected because of his some lifestyle and all, drinking habits were there and all. So I took the help of some like machine was there. It was to increase the oxygen supply to the wound.
Okay.
So that's what we all need. Just the integration of their machinery, the advancements, the diagnostic tools. That's all.
I get it.
Yeah. So that's the example we have. Like such many cases are there. These are 2 cases I'm telling you.
Definitely, there are a lot.
I just also want to add something, as according to Dr. Ki during the COVID, that was the best time that, most of the people, they were suffering. But yes, who took the help of this kind of integration? They survived well. And even the side effects of the medicines which they were taking at that time, maybe the steroids or whatever they were taking, the lifespan of like the individual person who took the integration, it increased a lot. So that's what I want to say. Integration to some extent is useful. Either we need some kind of tools or we need some basic medication, we can say. So our motive should be to save or to heal. That should be the purpose.
Exactly. Basically, when the patient relieves or the patient gets its benefit, system is winning.
Yeah.
Always.
As a doctor, our purpose is to just heal and to give best from our side, whatever we can do. Not our benefit, but the benefit of whoever is approaching us.
Very true. Another rapid fire round. Integration is best when it is structured, case-based or optional. Again, I'm repeating the question. Integration is best when it is structured, case-based or optional.
case-based.
Structured.
Yeah. I will also go with structure.
Structured. Okay. Nice. Coming on to the second question. Future healers need more confidence, collaboration or communication.
Confidence.
Can you repeat?
Future healers need more confidence, collaboration or communication.
Communication.
I'll also go with communication.
Communication. One quality every healer must keep regardless of pathy, ma'am. Like, we're not working in options. You have to answer it on your own in one word. Like, one quality every healer must keep regardless of the pathy.
Healing, I think.
Very true.
Patient-centric.
Okay. Patient-centric approach. Very nice.
Empathy.
Empathy. That is what I thought. So, I think we got telepathic connection somewhere. Okay, so we have this one question wherein we are going to answer it in one line. No explanation, just one opinion as a statement. What should young Vaidyas or doctors and healers should be open to, and what they should never compromise on? Ma'am.
They should be open to accept the limitations of their own pathies,
Okay. And what should they never compromise on?
their self pathies, I think.
Okay. So I guess it was about confidence on our pathies. Right. Okay. Coming on to you, sir, I'll go with the same question. What should be the one thing which we should be open to, and one should be that one thing that we shouldn't compromise on?
We should, or the young Vedya that you were telling, should be flexible.
Okay.
And this flexibility should lead to the patient-centric treatment and wellness. And we shouldn't lose their fundamentals.
Very nice. Very nice.
It shouldn't dilute our fundamentals, whatever the protocols or whatever we are taking.
Being flexible but not losing our own self. Very nice. Coming on to ma'am, the same question.
Dedication
Okay.
should be the first thing. And what is the second question?
The second question is that one thing that a healer shouldn't compromise on.
Never demotivate. Never get demotivated with whatever is going. Just be dedicated towards your pathy and keep on moving ahead.
Very nice. So, we are coming on to the closing of this podcast, and today's conversation which we had wasn't about which system is best or better. It was all about getting along with each other in harmony in healing. Integration, to be very honest, is not surrender and not isolation. Apart from it, this was Vaidya Vartalap, and we had a good, great conversation with all our doctors and guests. Thank you for coming here and joining us on this podcast.